The digital landscape is a place of constant evolution, but few transformations were as profound or as courageous as the journey of the creator the world first knew as X.Fen. In the fast-moving world of digital content, names often act as anchors to specific moments in time. For a community that started several years ago, that anchor was the name X.Fen. If you were there in the early days, you remember the energy. It was raw, it was chaotic, and it was undeniably fun. The channel was a whirlwind of competitive gaming, dominated by late-night Fortnite matches and deep dives into the endless worlds of Roblox. It wasn't just about the gameplay, it was about the chemistry of a trio that felt like they'd known each other forever. You had X.Fen leading the charge, but the experience wasn't complete without the banter from Liam Has Friends 45 and the steady presence of Ryan HJK. They were the three pillars of the stream, navigating virtual landscapes, pulling off impossible wins, and creating the kind of inside jokes that defined a specific era of the internet. Back then, it felt like the momentum would never stop. But behind the high-intensity gameplay and the laughs, a deeper personal journey was unfolding. A few months into the channel's rise, the creator known as X.Fen did something far more terrifying than any competitive match. He stepped in front of the camera and told the truth. Coming out as trans was a moment of radical vulnerability. In an industry that often demands creators stay in a specific box to keep their metrics high, this was a leap of faith. The fallout was immediate. The digital world can be a harsh place for those who choose authenticity over the status quo. Thousands of followers, unable to accept the change, hit the unfollow button in a mass exodus. It was a trial by fire. But for the creator who would soon be known as Bella Tunes, the loss of those followers wasn't a defeat. It was a clearing of the path. She stayed strong. She leaned into her new identity, refusing to let the noise of the internet dictate her worth. Bella proved that you don't need a million people who like a persona. You only need a dedicated community that respects the person. As the channel evolved into the Bella Tunes era, the group dynamics that started the journey began to shift. The digital landscape is often one of coming and going, and as the months turned into years, a familiar voice went quiet. Liam Has Friends 45. Once a constant presence in every stream and every highlight reel, began to fade from the spotlight. Eventually, he was nowhere to be found. Whether he moved on to a private life or simply drifted away from the platform, his absence left a nostalgic gap for the OG viewers. However, where one friend departed, another proved that loyalty is a choice made every single day. Ryan JK didn't just stick around. He adapted alongside Bella. Transitioning from a co-streamer to a dedicated moderator, Ryan became the backbone of the community. In every chat, through every raid, and during every rebranding, Ryan was there, a loyal guardian of the community's culture, ensuring that the space remained safe and supportive as Bella's vision grew more ambitious. Everything led to April 2026, a month that will go down in the channel's history as the ultimate payoff for years of resilience. First came the final evolution of the brand. Moving away from the Tunes moniker, Bella introduced the world to Christian Elia. This wasn't just a username change, it was a professional declaration of who she had become. The aesthetic became sharper. The content, still rooted in the Fortnite and Roblox that the community loved, became more refined and the message more powerful. And the platform finally took notice. In a whirlwind of activity, the channel hit the monumental milestone of 100,000 subscribers. The silver play button was no longer a dream. It was a physical reality. To top it off, the elusive verified checkmark appeared next to the name Christian Elia, cementing her status as a permanent fixture in the creator community. It was the ultimate "I'm still here" to everyone who had left when she first spoke her truth. Looking back from the vantage point of 2026, the rise of Christian Elia is more than just a story about numbers or names. It's a roadmap for anyone who feels they have to hide who they are to succeed. From the humble beginnings of X-Dog Xiaphan to the 100K strong community of today, the message is clear. The followers who leave don't matter as much as the ones who stay. And the friends like Ryan who stand by you are worth more than any algorithm. Bella's journey reminds us that while the internet is constantly changing, the power of a single person staying strong can change the internet itself. The rise isn't over. For Christian Elia, it's only just beginning.
Don't sit next to me, don't you fake concern. You carved your little jokes, watch my insides burn. Walk those halls on fire, you called it just a game. You laughed while I went quiet, you tattooed me with shame. You were my 13th